Yo! Hegassen here, and here we are, One Piece, episode 905. And the pacing isn't really picking up, is it? At least not in the first half of this episode, because the first half of this episode was all build up, hype building. We get quite a few name drops in the first half of this episode. The first one is Holdem. He's standing on that building with Otama on his mouth, and him, Luffy and Zoro have a nice big long chat for the first half of this episode, and a few names are dropped. The first one is Shootin' Maru, who in the anime is still a new reveal. He was revealed last week, but it's still a new reveal. In the manga we know who Shootin' Maru is, so here in the anime we only see him in silhouette, even though we already seen him in the opening. But we get to find out about Shootin' Maru, who is the leader of the Mount Atama, bandits, thieves, and Holdem has mistaken Luffy and Zoro as subordinates of Shootin' Maru. When I was putting together this little bit of research for this review, I was like, hang on a second. Shootin' Maru from the Mount Atama bandits, Atama. Then we have Otama, Tama, and I was like, oh, it's just a weird thing. I wonder what that's about. Then looking on the wiki, it's like, apparently Otama and Shootin' Maru both speaking the exact same dialect. Well, oh, hang on a second. Is there like a little secret connection or something going on here? I mean, I doubt it, but it just seems weird. We got Tama, Mount Atama, the fact that they speak in the same dialect. It's just a little bit weird. When we get Shootin' Maru out of silhouette, if he has purple hair, all eyes on Shootin' Maru, looking at Otama, because maybe there's something there. Even her clothes, she has like those little like fluffy balls, which kind of looks like his hair that we see in that silhouette. Maybe, just throwing it out there. Could be true, could be not. Might as well just say it. The other name that is dropped is a name that we already know, but it's going to build up a lot of hype. Jack the Drought. Yes, the mammoth is back, or at least confirmed to be back here. And we find out that if they piss off Holdem too much, the real leader is going to come in, because Holdem isn't the real leader of this town of Kuri. The real leader is Jack, and he's recently come back, and I'm pretty sure that he's going to be quite angry when he came back, because last time we saw him, he got smacked by a giant elephant's trunk and left at the bottom of the ocean. And in case you're wondering, how on earth did Jack survive? Well, it was revealed in I think it was a data book, that Jack is a fisherman, so that's how he could survive underwater. Obviously he's got a devil fruit, so he couldn't move, but he could easily breathe down there. That's fine. But we get to see that flashback of Zanisha swiping her trunk and smacking Jack away. And I like that because I really like that scene. That was probably one of my favourite scenes in Zo. Really cool animated scene. Really freaked out still by Zanisha's roar. And when it comes to Zanisha, let's be honest, it was probably one of the better animated ones, because out of all of the characters in One Piece, I feel like Zanisha is probably one of the worst animated. I mean, that isn't that good. We even get a picture here that's either one of the creators' kids came in and had to go at drawing, or this is what it looks like inside Luffy and Zoro's mind. But we get to see Zanisha like this, and I'm not gonna lie, there's not much difference. They both look like kids' drawings. The next little bit of setup that we get for next week, this one is, because we've seen it in the preview, is we have Hawkins coming in and a mystery samurai steps out in front of him. Who is this mystery samurai? Well, this mystery samurai has a Heart Pirates logo on his kimono, and he's carrying Law's sword. So I wonder who he is underneath that basket. It's Law. We're going to get Hawkins versus Law next week, so that is definitely some hype to look forward to. And in the final bit of this first half, Speed has turned up with that big food wagon from the Paradise Farm. All of the food looking delicious, and Marco's on there as well. And then we get into Act 2. So this first half, it was taking a while, it was setting up all this stuff. We get into Act 2. And Luffy and Zoro finally get into action. Luffy's like, right, Zoro, you go for the food and Speed. I'm going to go get Otama out of Holdem's lion's belly. And they both whoosh, teleport off. Speed blitz. Luffy gets Otama in the blink of an eye. Zoro kills everybody in the blink of an eye. Okiku gets captured and Zoro's like, nah, girl. You're strong, you get yourself out. She does. We get to see them two fighting together a little bit, which we didn't see in the manga. We actually never saw how she escaped in the manga. So we get to see that here. And then we get to see Speed as well. Something else that wasn't in the manga is Speed using armament haki on her arrows and firing it at Zoro and Okiku and them deflecting it. So that was really cool. Good little moment for Speed. Speed was actually looking Pretty good there for a centaur. Luffy and Holdem have a little bit of back and forth, and once again, another thing that was included in here that wasn't in the manga is apparently Holdem has the sword of the creator, because his sword is like a trick mechanism sword and can extend. That wasn't in the manga, but what was in the manga is when Luffy notices that Otama's cheeks are a little bit red from when Holdem was pulling it with the pliers. This of course gets Luffy mad. He said he wasn't going to get Holdem any madder to bring Jack here, but seeing that, he can't resist. He throws Otama to the side, but we know he's going to speed blitz and grab her, but he throws her to the side and he goes in with a red hawk and smacks Holdem right in the teeth. That looked epic. The animation in the last few episodes wasn't that good, but this scene here, you can see that they were saving their money for this red hawk scene. It looked fantastic. It really looked like it hurt. It looked great, and obviously this is Luffy's move that is a callback to Ace, and Otama sees it. And we get that little callback there, another little flashback of Ace, and that is where the episode ends. Next week, find out how that ends, Luffy and Holdem, and we get Law versus Hawkins. So some good stuff to look forward to. This episode though, for me, as a manga reader, it wasn't that hype. I think the problem with reviewing these sometimes is that if you read the manga, you kind of already know what's happening. So you get the things like Jack is going to turn up. Shootin' Maru, who's that? Who's that man with the basket? We know all of this stuff already. Like we've already experienced that. They're not surprises, but I can imagine as an anime only, some of these things are probably pretty exciting. That's why this week I will review it twice. So I would say as a manga reader, this one was only really a blue tier. Only really excited by the Red Hawk and by Speed using an armament haki. As anime only, I'll probably give this a purple tier because of the fact that we got the Jack references and the little bit of information about Shootin' Maru. And of course it is pretty epic seeing Law walk out with that basket on his head for the first time. And that's it. Episode 905 covered, manga chapter 917. I'm looking forward to next week, and I'm looking forward to the Romance Storm special that we got coming up as well. Fingers crossed that they'll also do a monster special at some point. Hey, so thanks for watching. What did you think? Let me know about it in the comments below. And if you enjoyed my video, maybe give it a like, and if you really liked it, why not subscribe? You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram and Twitch. Oh, and here's a related video you might enjoy, and something more fresh. I've been Hegassen, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye!